get a skill player. Maybe you want to go defense. Maybe you want to go a defensive lineman, maybe a cornerback, maybe a safety. Honestly, wouldn't be bad picks. What's he gonna do? Miami. Dude, this is championships are made here. Bryce Frost. I mean, does Bryce Frost get taken in the first? I don't know. I don't know. Does he reunite with his former quarterback from the Fort Wayne Forgs? I don't know, bro. I don't know, dude. This is a tough decision. I don't know. Maybe he's got some gut. Wow, Sven Shaw, one of the best cornerbacks in this class. Dynamic, can do everything correctly. This is a great pick. And honestly, Sven Shaw he's got great size. He's got both. But he can do everything. He's probably the most well-rounded cornerback in this class. And
you just saw there was footage from Sven Shaw getting drafted from Taunt Stream. I'll leave a link in the description to his stuff because he does help set this up and run it. He makes all the draft classes and stuff. So all these players you see he created for this. So I want to make sure I leave that, especially when I'm using footage like that. Our second round pick, though, as you see in this image, is Jacob Cron. He is a running back, a big-time power runner. Vernon Morton is a solid receiver we took. And then we went defense the next 3 picks. The big standout there is Dalton Bergkamper. He's over 380. That still decent athleticism. Then our quarterback in the 7th, Preston Kowalski. Nothing too special, but it would be nice to start out. And here in training camp, we had Sven Shaw doing his DB battle, and he had a depth trade upgrade. So right away, we have somebody up to star, which is very important because everyone's normal to start out. That's just going to help him get so many more upgrades. Obviously, Kowalski's going to be our starting quarterback. We'll have our kicker that we picked up from UDFA, Rob Tatum, be the backup. Jacob Cron, running back, of course. Fullback, we're going to put a D tackle. Probably not Bergkamper, just because I don't want him to get injured. I think he's got a lot of development to do. So I'll put Stetson Black here. But while you kind of see the depth chart getting set up, I'm going to explain exactly what this is for those of you that didn't see it last year or are new to this. This is a league where literally every player that you know from the NFL is a 0 overall player now, or showed us 12, obviously, just because that's what Madden does. But this means all of these players that you see are going to be from the incoming draft classes. Anybody that's going to be here for a long time is going to be somebody I either drafted or picked up from UDFA or eventually traded for it. Somebody else did one of those 2 things with. But yeah, you can kind of see here, Patrick Tomlinson is one of my drafted players. Kendall Yarborough was a D tackle, I believe, that I picked up that moved out. And then we have Dalton Bergkamper. That's going to be a big highlight piece. Here, though, UDFA tight end I picked up, Jose Scavuzzo, is going to be moving to safety because we need more help on defense, and 2 tight ends isn't as important. So we're going to get into this week 1 game. This is probably going to be very weird. It's just not going to be very typical at all. But that's okay. We got a return here. Very dangerous to let kickoff returns happen. So, I mean, I might have a few, but I'm going to largely try to kick the ball out of bounds. Yeah, just kick it off out of bounds this season because that's just going to set up for them having it at the 40 isn't that bad of an alternative when returns can easily go to the house. So yeah, I mean, we set up here. I'm going to be running the 3-4 at least to start things out, and I mean, I'm not really even going to get into nickel or dime stuff because we don't have the personnel for it yet. We had our 7 draft picks and whatever I could grab from UDFA, which wasn't bad. I got a decent amount of players, but it still isn't great. I only picked up like 3 offensive linemen. I picked up 3 D tackles. I think maybe a linebacker. And then a tight end or something like that. For first few plays, I've been really good defensively, pushing him back to 3rd and 18. So he's got a running back playing at quarterback here, and he's going to scramble. It shows why this isn't that invalid of a strategy. It's going to be Brandon Knoll all the way up to the 44-yard line. So, hey, not everything's going to be easy, especially this first season, though. Defense is going to be extraordinarily difficult to play. So you're going to see a lot of high-scoring games just because, you know, we don't have full teams on defense, so there's not always somebody that can stop people. I don't know where that throw is going. There's a flag on the Chargers, too. It's going to be offensive pass interference. We're going to go ahead and decline that, though. We want to try to keep the downs moving. Here, though, they went for a zig row, or maybe that was the flat underneath the zig, and it's complete, but it's now 4th and 4, so let's see. Knoll scrambling to his right, and he's just faster than everyone else over there. I think that might have been a 0 overall. He's got all sorts of space. That's going to be Brandon Knoll for a touchdown. And we're going to go down 6-0 early here against the Chargers in Miami. The other thing, a lot of people are going to be going for 2 because not everybody has kickers right now. And the Chargers are one of the teams that don't have a kicker. So we'll see how this ends up going. Dropping back is a Null, scrambling to his right, and he's just faster again. They're going to get in for the 2.8-0 here. The Chargers take this lead. Hand off to Jacob Cron. It doesn't really go anywhere. That's all right. Second play, we got shotgun. Kowalski throwing it to Jacob Cron. He can't hold on there through contact. I mean, it's fair. He's a power back. He isn't really known for his receiving ability. Not what we picked him for. Dropping back again, though, Kowalski. This time, Jacob Cron will catch it, though. And he's got some space. Cutting up. Cron at the 20. 10. And Cron is gone to the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. We have a kicker, so we're going to go ahead and make it 7-8 here. And now we kick it off inbounds again. Not a good idea, but, you know, it takes me a bit to adjust and really think about playing this way. And you see why it's a bad idea here. The only player that has any speed is the kicker himself. So it's going to be a kickoff return touchdown for Spillman there. Just have to remember to kick it out because that's going to happen a ton. 2 point, this time it's picked off. It's going to be Sven Shaw, our first round pick, but he can't quite get away from everybody else. He's going to go down about before he can really return it anywhere. So, first play of this drive for us, though, it's going to be Jacob Cron right up the middle, and he's going to get a nice gain there. Once again here, second play, it's going to be another play to Jacob Cron, and he powers forward for another first down. We like to see the physical run game right away from us. You really want to see him get going a little bit. Going to come out in I form again. Keep powering it forward. Cron cuts up, and he's going to keep falling forward for a gain of 6. Yet again, this time it's going to be play action, though. And we're throwing deep for Manuel Torres, the UDFA tight end, and he's going to go down at the 13. Here we go, 1st and 10 again. Cron, this time he can't get away, and he's going to lose 4. It's tough to get enough space here. So I didn't notice on this play, but the 0 overall Alec Ingold checked in at halfback, so obviously that play's not going very far. Kowalski here fits it in, but Sven Shaw, the corner playing wide receiver, can't catch it. So we're going to go ahead and settle for 3. Since we actually have a kicker, we can do that. And it'll be 10-14 now. This time we're doing an onside because we just don't want to kick it off deep. So we're not too upset that they are covered or anything. It's more about not allowing the big return than actually getting the ball back. Stuff them there on that play. 2nd and 8. It's going to be a read option, it looks like, and the quarterback's going to keep it. That's going to be Null again, making a nice move and getting to 3rd and inches. That was very close to the first down. In fact, they're going to overturn it and give him into the first down. So here, nowhere to go on their run. 2nd and 14. Null dropping back. He's rolling to his left, and he's throwing. What an insane pass from Brandon Null. And nice run there. Gets another 2 for him. Dropping back once again. He's rolling out to his left, and he's really got nowhere to go. Yeah, that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and goal now. Null throws, and it's going to be batted away. That brings up 4th down and 6. Null dropping back, rolling to his right, and he's going to get sacked. I think that's Stetson Black ending that drive. Nice play there from him. Nice play from our defense to get a stop, and now we have a chance to go down and take this lead. We love to see it. Jacob Cron doesn't have anywhere to go there, though. Kowalski going to hand it off once again to Jacob Cron. He makes a nice little move and gets about a gain of 6. Good little run there. Obviously we want a little bit more, but we'll take what we can get. Kowalski here finds Manuel Torres for the first down. He's been pretty consistent through to this point, doing simple stuff, nothing impressive, but does what he needs to do. Jacob Cron loses 2 there. Kowalski on 2nd and 12 is going to find Sven Shaw underneath, who stumbles a little bit on the catch, but does get up to 3rd and 3. Making this a very manageable 3rd down. We're going to dump it off quick to Jacob Cron, and Cron doesn't have anybody in front of him. He's at the 30, the 20, and once again, Cron is gone to the end zone. Touchdown, Jacob Cron. And that's going to give us a 17-14 lead here with 3:05 left in the second. Null here gets this return again because I didn't kick it out. Making some moves, but fortunately the kicker Tatum takes him down at the 37. We really got to remember to start kicking it out of bounds. Over here, though, nice little move, and Landry is going to get all the way up to the 32. Null here, dropping back, trying to escape. He's just going to have to find a way to get rid of this, and he does. That brings it to 2nd and 10. Dropping back, or it's going to be an RPO actually, and he's going to get blown up. It's going to be 3rd and 13 for the Chargers now. Dropping back again, looking for the instant rollout, finds his target, and that's going to be complete to Hayes, and he's got all kinds of space and going to get it all the way up to the 2. And they're going to go for the quarterback run, but it's not going to go anywhere. Sets up a 2nd and goal. Another quarterback run. This one isn't going anywhere either. We have Patrick Tomlinson getting injured. That's not good for us. He's been pretty solid this game. One of our drafted defensive players. So, and what a pass from Knoll. Again, I believe it's a running back turned quarterback. So it's crazy to see a throw like that. Maybe it was wide receiver. I don't really know. Either way, I know it's an out of position one. I'm pretty sure running back, but I could be wrong on that. And they get the 2.2, so it's 22-17 now. Miami trailing at home, but we find Sven Shaw for the first down, the cornerback playing wide receiver again. Kowalski throwing deep, and Manuel Torres is going to catch the touchdown. That was a great throw from Kowalski, and it's going to give us a 24-22 lead with 22 seconds left in the first half. Knoll escaping again, and he finds Landry. What a catch from Oscar Landry. Dropping back again, Knoll throws, and this is Vernon Morton not gonna disrupt it, and Scavuzzo isn't gonna get the tackle either. I mean, that's just not making the play when you're right there. It is a receiver playing corner, so you can't get too mad, but it's still annoying. And Hayes is gonna power in for the 2-point conversion, which is very surprising considering his stature. He's 5'10", 196, and making a play like that. Just, hey, a good fight from him. Can't say much else. Morton can't catch that one, so with 3 seconds left in the half, we're just kind of going to be tossing something up here. Kowalski finding this pocket and throwing deep for Vernon Morton. Morton does catch it, but he's going to get tackled immediately, so it's not going to mean much. Does get us some stats and maybe some upgrades eventually for him, so we can't hate too much. But here to start the second half, we're going to hand off to Jacob Cron, who's got some space up the middle, making a nice juke move. And that's going to be another first down for the Dolphins. Kowalski dropping back, throwing deep here. Looking for Sven Shaw, but it isn't deep enough. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Going another handoff for Kron, and this time he's only going to have about a yard. Bring up 3rd and 9, Kowalski. Throws underneath for Sven Shaw, who does catch it. Him playing both ways is going to be very vital to this first season. Like to see him be productive there. Jacob Cron, going to get up another yard probably. Here, dropping back, Preston Kowalski going to find Shaw once again, setting up for 3rd and 2. Now we're going to go a play-action play, looking underneath, has Stetson Black, the D tackle, playing fullback, makes a nice move, and that's going to be a touchdown for the big fella. And with that, bad snap, and that's going to be a no-good extra point, leaving us tied at 30. Play action here. Knoll again, looking, throws, and it's going to be picked off. That's Barry French, the running back converted safety. And he's going to go down about the 46. A handoff here for Jacob Cron. He can't get away there. He's going to lose a yard. Oh, we're going to drop back here. Kowalski. Going to have to throw underneath, and Shaw can't hold on. That's just hands from being a DB. Cron here finds some space, breaks a tackle. Cron down the left sideline again, and this time Cron is gone once more. Touchdown, Dolphins. He has been vital to this game so far. 3 touchdowns. Handoff here. It's going to be Oscar Landry. And that's going to be a first down and more. Nice little move from Oscar Landry. Another nice move, and Yarborough is barely going to take him down. Stop it from being a touchdown. Down at the 30. Can't give up those kind of run plays, even with a really incomplete defense. Nice move from Oscar Landry, and he's going to get it inside, 1st and goal from the 9. Nice hit there. Spillman has nowhere to go. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Here, Knoll can't get away, and he's going to get sacked, and he got injured on the play. That's going to be very big because we have 0 overall. Justin Herbert checking in. Goes for a handoff, which you have to know is coming, and he just splits the defense and he gets a touchdown. Way too easy considering, it's what you have to know is coming. They try to hand off again for the 2-point, but we do stuff that one. Play action now. Kowalski is going to have to throw deep for Manuel Torres, and he does catch it. That brings up another first down for the Dolphins. Handoff, Jacob Kron going to lose the yard. Say Kowalski has looked really good. Kron has looked solid. He just gets stuff sometimes when he doesn't get these good blocks up front. Shaw is going to drop that one. That's a big issue with Sven Shaw. Just have to work well on his hands a little bit more. Jacob Kron here going to fight forward. It's going to run up 4th and 5. We're too far in to punt, and we're not close enough for the field goal, so we're going to go for this. Moving Kron out to the right side. And on the streak, we might have him. Kron is going to catch the touchdown from Kowalski. That puts us in a pretty good position to go up 44 to 36 here. Handoff. Landry makes a nice move, and Barry French is going to make the tackle after a gain of 8. So on 2nd and 2, it's going to be another handoff. He gets popped, but not before getting the first down. It's going to bring up another 1st down and 10 for the Chargers here. Dropping back, Knoll is back in the game. He makes a nice move there, and he's going to get tackled down after a gain of 8. Another play here. It's going to be a play action. It's going to be a boot. It's just going to be a bootleg run, and it's going to be a loss of 4. Just nowhere for him to really go there, and he got injured again. We have Herbert back in the game, and it's completed this time to Landry. I don't know how that got in there. And Vernon Morton, the wide receiver, is going to make the tackle about the 16. Knoll chucks back in once again. And he's running away here. And he gets tackled again. Nice hit from Stetson Black. And now we have another play action play. Knoll trying to escape. This time Patrick Tomlinson gets him, and he's injured again. You got to check him out at some point. Oscar Landry gets the handoff here, and that's going to be a nice little run. Sets up 4th and 10. Probably going to have to be throwing with 0 overall Herbert here now. Let's see how that goes for him. Out in shotgun, Herbert dropping back, throws, and it's going to be not broken up. It just wasn't there, and even if it was, I don't know if Herbert would have gotten that tight of a window. Kron loses a yard there. Play action. Kowalski throws, finds Manuel Torres, but overthrows him. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Kowalski dropping back out of shotgun, looks, fires underneath, and Sven Shaw once again just can't catch the ball. Going for it here, Kowalski. We don't have a punter, so why not? Throwing deep for Vernon Morton, and that was nearly there. Just slightly overthrown, and also was very tight coverage, so it was no guarantee. We have a false start here for the Chargers, moving it back to 1st and 15 from the 20. And nowhere to go on that run. Yarborough makes the tackle. 2nd and 17. Landry finds a lot more space, and he's gone. That's going to be a touchdown for Landry. And now the Chargers are going to go for 2. We're looking to run first, obviously. They go for a fullback dive, just nowhere to go for them. All right, here we go. We're back on offense. We're going to go for a handoff for Jacob Kron. The offensive line just got blown up, and no lane opened. So now we got to go for a throw here. Kowalski looking deep. And Sven Shaw gets batted away, and Sven Shaw comes away with it at the 7 off the deflection. Way to stay with it from the cornerback, and here we go for 1st and goal. Jacob Kron going to power his way into the end zone. Touchdown Dolphins. That puts us up 51-42 with 2:26 remaining in this game. Handoff, Oscar Landry, nowhere for him to go. Another loss of 1. Herbert on 2nd and 11, looks deep, and nearly intercepted by Morton. Brings up 3rd and 11. And this one's going to be a fake and end around. And Hayes is just not going to have much of anywhere to go. About a gain of 2 there. Going to bring up 4th and 9. Dropping back, Herbert throws, and he just misses it entirely. Not really sure which of the 2 people in the area he was going for. But yeah, we're back on offense. We got a little bit of wildcat now. Shaw in the shotgun takes it. Shaw cuts it outside. That athleticism on display. 1st down. Kowalski now hands it off to Kron, who slips with the rain, trying to get outside and away from the defenders. He just can't. He's going to lose 3 there. That's the weather coming into play today. Go with play action. Kowalski's going to get sacked. Just didn't quite have enough time to get away to Manuel Torres there on the corner. So 3rd and 24, we're just going to run a handoff here for Jacob Kron. Get a little bit of it back. Set up 4th and 17 for the Chargers to use their last timeout. And we'll go ahead and throw it. A little bit of no man's land here. Kowalski rolling out to his left. There's not really anything open, so we're just going to go ahead and take off, get what we can. You know, just make it a little bit longer of a drive for him. Probably should have ducked out of bounds instead of taking that hit, though. with all the wear and tear and no backup plan. So got to be very conscious of that kind of stuff here. But Herbert's going to complete it to Landry there, and he's going to get it all the way up to about 39. Good play there from Landry. They're going to go no huddle now. This is taking a lot of time off the clock for him. But, I mean, they don't really have a choice at this point. So it's going to be a drop back here. Herbert trying to escape the pressure, and he's just going to throw it to his running back and out of bounds. Losing 4 yards, but does stop the clock for him, lets him call their play. Rolling to his left, and he just has to kind of throw it into the dirt there. 3rd and 14. Herbert going to look, he's going to throw, and it's going to be caught by Oscar Landry, who's going to get the first, but not much more, and that's going to be about the end of the game right there. We'll get one more play off here, but it doesn't matter. We're up 9. We'll see what happens. Herbert launches it, and that is officially game over. The Miami Dolphins are going to start 1-0 here in 0 overall franchise, 51-42. Competitive game all the way through. Obviously high scoring. There just isn't the defense. Preston Kowalski looks surprisingly good for our 7th round quarterback. Jacob Cron really did his thing, powering through people. And honestly, Sven Shaw was pretty impressive on offense for being a corner. Just that athleticism really showing up, and he's proving to be an important part to this team already. Even if he didn't do all that much, Manuel Torres was a nice surprise out of UDFA. Very consistent so far. Here you see Jacob Cron get an upgrade up to 67 overall. Barry French gets an upgrade. I mean, he's still 37 overall, but yeah. I mean, overall, this is just a good start for us. It'll be the Chiefs next week, and I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.